You won't believe how broke I looked while secretly working towards becoming a millionaire. If you're in roofing sales like me, working your ass off, wondering where your money keeps disappearing to, or if you've ever thought, how the heck do I actually build wealth? Stick around. I'm not going to give you some guru advice that only works for people who live in their mom's basement or make six figures flipping NFTs. Hey everyone, I'm Mike with the Roof Money Pro, and I help roofing professionals maximize their careers and build wealth. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with new content. This video is going to break down exactly how I went from just scraping by to owning a paid off house, a fourplex, and working towards building a real estate and dividend portfolio, all while living like I could still afford only top ramen. This is real, this is roofing life, and if I can do it, you absolutely can too. Let me walk you through how I use my sales income not to ball out, but to buy my freedom. Okay, so let's rewind the clock about 3 years ago. I had just jumped into roofing sales full-time after serving as a business analyst for the same company. It was no salary, no guarantees, just commission, weather, and willpower. Now, I've always been a bit of a penny pincher, not like weird about it, but I'm definitely the guy who will absolutely eat chicken and rice for lunch every day if it means I can stack some cash. In the early days, while my sales buddies were pulling up in lifted trucks and financing grills with Bluetooth speakers, like I didn't even know that was a thing, I was throwing 60% of my income toward my mortgage. Why? Because I was sick of feeling like I was broke even when I was making good money. I wanted options. I didn't want to be stuck working 70 hours a week forever. And the truth is, I didn't know where to invest yet without feeling vulnerable to losing my income. So I just started paying off my house. I had a variable income and a big goal. Own my home free and clear and then build passive income streams. So every storm, every contract, every job I closed, I funneled that money straight into the mortgage. People thought I was nuts. I looked broke. I drove an old pickup truck with every maintenance light on. But you know what? In 16 months, that house was paid off. No mortgage, no more monthly payment. That feeling, it was worth every skipped Amazon purchase. Let's talk about why I did it, because this matters. See, most people are focused on looking rich. I was focused on buying time. By paying off my house, I lowered my monthly freedom number, that magic amount of money I need to cover my life if I ever wanted to step away from sales, take time off, or build something completely new like Roof Money Pro. And here's the thing, in roofing sales, you can have a $30,000 month followed by a $5,000 month. That roller coaster is real. So owning my home gave me peace. No rent, no mortgage, just property taxes, insurance, and food. Simple. It made every dollar I earned more powerful. So once the house was done, I had to ask, what's next? This is where a lot of savers get stuck. We know how to stack cash, but now what? That's when I started focusing on real estate investing. I figured, I've got this work ethic. I know how to close. I've got some savings. Why not put into something that pays me every single month? Enter the real estate phase. I already had a fourplex I had bought years ago before I went gung-ho on the mortgage, but I made quite a few mistakes and I learned a lot. Now, at this point in my life, I don't aspire to own 100 properties. My current focus is to become a lifestyle investor and achieve financial independence. A lifestyle investor is someone who invests in assets that will provide income to support their lifestyle. For instance, my current annual household expenses come out to about $49,000, and my passive income is just under $13,000, which means I need an additional $36,000 in passive income in order to become financially independent. My focus is to acquire 3 to 5 properties over the next 24 months that will cover this need while building my coaching business. They don't have to be glamorous. The paint can be peeling, as long as the numbers make sense. I'll buy it, fix what I need to fix, and rent it out. Then every month, that building will send me money, real dollars, while I sleep. And let me tell you something. You don't need to be rich to buy real estate. You need discipline to save, the guts to act, and a willingness to learn. I had no idea what an escrow account, hard money, cash out refis, or owner financing was when I started. I just knew I wanted to turn my roofing checks into assets, not just cool stuff. The assets would buy me the cool stuff later. And here's a quick breakdown of how I did it. I kept living expenses low, still driving the same old car. I saved every commission check like I was broke. I talked to local investors by joining a real estate investing association and talking with real estate agents. I made a list of what kind of property I wanted, such as multifamily, cash flow, nothing fancy. And I got pre-approved using my income history. Even with variable income, I showed consistency. That first fourplex wasn't a cash cow by any means, but it covered itself and gave me a crash course in landlording. And now it's equity, it's income, it's leverage. Here's what most investors don't have: income velocity. Roofing sales gives you that. One storm, one strong month, one hustle stretch, and boom, you've got $10,000 to $20,000 you can either blow at the dealership or stack into something that makes you money forever. Most people blow it. I didn't, and that's the difference. See, roofing sales is like a golden goose, but you have to feed it discipline. Here's the problem most people face and don't talk about. Most roofing sales reps have no plan. They make good money for a few years, then life happens, truck payments stack up, taxes hit hard, leads dry up, or they get burned out and want out, but can't afford to stop. I didn't want that to be me. So I built my escape route while still loving the work. That's the challenge I see with most reps. They have potential, but no blueprint. They don't know what to do after they start making good money. So they do what our consumer culture has conditioned us to and spin like there's no tomorrow. Now, once the house was paid off, the fourplex was up and running, and I have a clear idea of the quantity and quality of real estate I'm focused on, I asked myself, what's next? Enter dividends. Now, future state, I want income that is truly passive, not tied to tenants or maintenance, and easy to automate. You can start small. Pick a few boring companies. Think toothpaste, soda, cell phones, things people use no matter what, provided by companies that have been around forever and ever. I'll shift my focus by using part of my commissions and real estate income each month to buy shares, not a ton, just consistently. And over time, those shares will start spitting out dividends. At first, it will be a couple bucks a month, nothing fancy, but eventually it will be a primary component of funding my lifestyle. The nice thing is that it will be equity that offsets my debt from real estate. And that's just the beginning. Here's the mindset shift. Instead of thinking, how do I make more money? Simply start asking, how do I make my money work harder for me? Now here's the thing. Frugality is my superpower. I wasn't born rich. I didn't win the lottery. No trust fund. I'm a single child, the first to go to college, and I found a way to earn more in roofing sales than either of my parents did in a year combined. My biggest weapon though, living way below my means. I owe this to my upbringing and the fact that I didn't have much means to manage while serving in the military and single-handedly providing for a wife and 2 kids. That experience taught me how to do more with less. While others were upgrading their lives every time they made more money, I kept my expenses flat and limited to 25% of my income. Here's what I did differently. I drove the same old truck for years, ate at home 90% of the time, said no to dumb purchases, said yes to investments with long-term payoff. It wasn't glamorous, but it worked. Now let me be real. At the time of this video, I still work in roofing sales. Not because I have to, but because I love the game. But the big difference now, I have options. If I want to take a week off, I can. If I want to pass on a bad lead, no problem. I'm not desperate anymore. That's what wealth is. Time, peace, choice. Not just a number in a bank account. And I didn't get there overnight. I got there one frugal decision at a time. Here's a rapid fire list of stuff I wish somebody told me earlier. Every dollar you save today buys freedom tomorrow. Your truck doesn't need to be newer than your investment property. Compound interest is boring until it isn't. And learn the tax code or it will eat you alive. You don't need a finance degree like me, just a plan and consistency. And finally, invest in things you understand. Start small, but start. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Most people in sales think short term. What's my commission this week? What can I afford this month? But when you zoom out and think 3 to 5 years ahead, you start making different moves. I started asking myself, what if I didn't just make money, but kept it? What if I could build income streams that didn't need me to knock doors or close deals? What if I didn't have to start from scratch every year? That's when everything changed. You can do this too, seriously. Look, if you're in roofing sales and you're making decent money, you already have the hardest part done. You have a sales system that works. Now you just need a financial system, which includes an income allocation plan, a budget, a savings plan, a strategy to invest such as real estate, stocks, or both, and the patience to let it work. Don't get caught chasing checks. Chase freedom. You don't need to wear it on your wrist. You don't need to post it on Instagram. Just know that every boring financial decision you make today is building a very exciting life for your future. Now let's wrap this up. I started by saving like crazy while in roofing sales, paid off my house in under 2 years, used my income to buy a fourplex, kept my foot on the gas, and started stashing cash like a madman for the next property, all while living frugally and below my means while still enjoying a comfortable lifestyle. Today, I still sell roofs, but now I sell from a position of power, not panic. That's what I want for you too. If you found value in this video, then hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with new content. And be sure to check out my next video on how I develop my 5-year plan to financial independence. See you then.